The holiday season, and Christmas fever is upon us. Windows are garlanded in red and green, yards are alight with plastic reindeer, and milling crowds of shoppers fill the streets, stores, and malls. I put up my tree last week. Had to assemble it first. Then I threw an artificial Yule log onto the propane-augmented fire and began to reminisce. The holidays tend to do that. I found myself remembering another Christmas in another time, in another place. And there it is, the house on Cleveland Street in Homan, Indiana, where I spent the festering years of my childhood. Yes, sir, Homan, Indiana. Ragged, vacant lots, American Legion halls, and bowling alleys woven together with a compact web of high-tension wires, telephone lines, and sewer pipe. Around this time every year, the wind would come screaming over frozen Lake Michigan, laying down great drifts of snow. The air would crack and sing, power lines would creak under caked ice. Christmas was on its way. Lovely, beautiful, glorious Christmas, around which the entire kid year revolved.
Hey, Schwartz, wait up!
Flick and Schwartz, my two best friends.
Started Christmas shopping yet? I must have finished. Man, you're done early. What'd you get?
Come over here. I haven't figured out what to get for my mother yet, but for my father.
What'd you get?
For my father, I got...
Oh, man!
A new flit gun. The sheer creative brilliance of it was staggering. In the land of the rolled-up newspaper and wire fly swatter, the man with a flit gun was king.
You know what I'm gonna get my father?
What?
A rose that squirts.
Wow.
We'd all seen these magnificent appliances at Pulaski's candy store. Bright red celluloid with a rubber bulb for pocket use. A gift anyone would treasure.
Ralphie, come down to breakfast. You don't want to be late for school.
Coming.
That's me, up in my room, planning my own Christmas purchases.
I'm serving up the oatmeal.
I hadn't yet decided on my mother's gift. It was going to be either a perfume atomizer with golden lion's feet or a string of plastic beads the size of walnuts. It wasn't an easy choice.
Here's your oatmeal. Randy.
For my kid brother Randy, I had it narrowed down to a plastic water pistol, a big rubber dagger, or a tin Zeppelin with little wheels and a friction motor. You had to be careful when buying a gift for your kid brother. If you got him something you've always wanted, it could lead to bad blood. I myself was lukewarm on water pistols, rubber daggers, and tin Zeppelins, so whichever I finally chose was safe.
Doc! Let me alone!
Our hillbilly neighbors, the Bumpuses, had at least 785 smelly hound dogs, and they ignored every other human being on earth but my old man. Each time the old man would show his face outside, the Bumpus hounds would come after him.
Did you see what those lousy hounds did to the hedge? Well, I got the morning mail. Most of it, anyway.
Anything for me?
Anything for you, dear? Let's see. Just for you. Bill.
Ha ha ha. Very funny. Did you scrape the ice off the new car?
Yeah, I got the engine warming up right now.
For my father, I had recently made the final payments on a family-sized can of Simon Eyes. The old man was a dedicated moonshiner, an Oldsmobile man the way others were Methodists, Protestants, or Catholics. One of his favorite proverbs, one he never tired of quoting, was...
Motorist wise, Simon Eyes.
What?
Ad from the hardware store.
Some days it was all I could do to keep myself from spilling the beans and telling him what I'd gotten him, thus destroying that magical moment of stunned surprise when you finally opened that family-sized can of Simonides.
Do you have any money troubles? Could you use a loan? You know, I can never figure it out.
What?
Somehow they know enough about me to know that I have money troubles, yet they still call me occupant.
Oh, anything for me?
Yeah, like what, kiddo?
My little orphan Annie the color pin?
I listened religiously to the Little Orphan Annie radio show. Annie and Sandy were always out chasing pirates or trapping smugglers. Oh, and best of all, whenever Annie got into a really tight spot, this friend of hers named Punjab would show up and cut the bad guys' heads off. What a great friend to have.
Sorry, nothing today from Little Orphan Annie.
Each day without a decoder pin postponed my spiritual and intellectual growth. At the end of each broadcast, the announcer would call out a string of numbers. Kids all over the country would translate those numbers into the secret message, getting the real truth straight from Little Orphan Annie.
Go eat your oatmeal.
To a kid, the time it takes to get something you sent for in the mail is longer than the time it would have taken to build the pyramids single-handed using the number 3 erector set, the one without the motor.
Oh, Randy, don't play with the food. Eat it.
Most days, my kid brother Randy wore more oatmeal than he ate.
Randy, you stop that noise. Eat that food, or that'll really give me something to cry about.
My mother was more subtle.
Randy, how does the little piggy go? How does the little piggy go? Now, show me how the little piggies eat. Here's a new trough. Go on, show me. Mommy, eat it all up.
Bill, neckties by mail. Bill, look at this.
What is it?
Another contest. Let's see. Aha! A $50,000 giant jackpot puzzle.
The old man was hooked on contests. He entered them all, matched the baby pictures, find the hidden objects, and sports? Well, the old man knew sports.
What National League team won the World Series in 1907? Well, that's easy. Chicago Cubs.
The old man never lost hope. He believed rewards would come flooding to him who was faithful, persevering, and mailed by deadline.
What's the name of the Lone Ranger's nephew's horse? Well, wait, the Lone Ranger's nephew? His horse? I mean, who could
Victor.
possibly...
His name is Victor.
Victor. How did you know that?
Everybody knows that.
Ah.
Everybody knows that.
You see, Victor belongs to Dan Reed, the Lone Ranger's nephew. When the Texas Rangers...
It's fine, dear. Never mind. Thank you. Where there's blank, there's fire. All right, where there's blank, there's fire.
Smoke!
Smoke. Thank you.
No, smoke!
Yeah, I heard you. Where there's smoke. Exactly.
The furnace was always producing something called clinkers, which would clog the vents and fill the house up with smoke. Whenever this happened, the old man would rush to the basement with his trusty poker to do battle. The old man fought winter tooth and claw, and there was never a let up.
Little pigeons have big ears!
The old man was just warming up his vocabulary. What he lacked in finesse, he more than made up for in sheer ferocity. My father was one of the most feared furnace fighters in northern Indiana.
Somebody turn it down again! Who the hallelujah turned this Daniel bone furnace down so low? Open up the dog bone damper, will ya? Open up the damper! Blank muzzle within damper!
That was a new one. Realizing it might come in handy during a ball game or an argument with Schwartz, I made note of it for future use. For myself that Christmas, I wanted only one thing. I found the ad in a magazine called Open Road for Boys. It was a magnificent thing of balanced copy, superb artwork, and subtly contrived catchphrases. It read, "Boys, at last you can own a legendary official Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle." And there was a picture of Red Ryder himself, clutching the knurled stock of the most beautiful BB gun I'd ever laid eyes on. No self-respecting cowboy would be without one.
Hey there, Parker. This here official legendary Red Rider carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle is just like the one Red Rider uses when he's chasing bad guys. It's even got a compass built right into the stock, so you don't get lost in the trail. And second, there's even an official Red Rider sundial just to tell time when the wheel of the student. Real straight shooter. Point the barrel down, look through your special slow release sight, pull the trigger. Can't miss.
You can't miss.
Ready for shooting targets and markets. So tell your dad, it's a swell Christmas gift to you. Supplies limited though. You better hurry on down to your local business right away. You don't want to miss out.
I don't want to miss out.
Got it lit again.
How about
Whip that too, whip that too.
here? Have some breakfast.
I'll just stick with a cup of coffee. The perfect fool is also known as the Texaco blank sheet.
Fire.
What was that, dear?
Fire.
Fire!
No. That's your
That's...
answer. Edmond is a perfect fool. He's a Texaco fire.
Yeah, of course, I knew that. Everyone knows that. Easy one.
Open Road for Boys was a magazine that sold dreams, fantasies, and incredible adventures. I fantasized adventures wherein I and I alone stood between our tiny, huddled family and insensate evil.
We're safe. It's Falcon and King come to fight the bad guys.
He's carrying old blue. His legendary official Red Rider carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle.
Which is compass.
In this thing which tells time.
Well, right into the stock. Now.
Don't you folks worry none. We'll make short work of these here polecats, I reckon. Let's say, what you figure we're up against?
Well, Ralphie the Kid, we sort of figure it's Black Barbie pitched desperados.
They're packing plastic water pistols and big rubber daggers.
They come in by air and King's settling with little wheels and a friction motor.
I ain't seen a desperado alive who can stand up to me once I get him in a special club inside Old Blue. My legendary official Red Rider carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle. You're the compass and this thing which will start moving right into the stuff.
That's what I said.
Reckon not.
Oh no! It's Ralphie the Kid with Old Blue! This legendary official Red Rider carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle with a compass and a single shot slide. They don't ride, they don't stop! Man moves, boys, not even plastic water pistols and big rubber daggers can beat Old Blue! Oh! You win this time, Ralphie the Kid. I'm heading for the border, but I'll be back!
I ain't no smart, but I'm a warning you. If you come back, we'll find yourself pushing up Asian. These here squad is about personal protection. And remember, Ralph, it is no always by Old Blue. These legendary official Red Rider carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle with a compass. And this thing will start to right into a stop.
No question about it. A Red Rider air rifle was an absolute necessity. For months I've been scheming to get one, but now Christmas was only weeks away and I get to implant the idea of that BB gun into my parents' subconscious.
The man of bronze.
Doc Savage.
Doc Savage.
Well, Clark Savage Jr., but his friends call him Doc. Do you want to know their names? Hair,
No, that's
Ray.
not necessary, honey. Thank you, thank you. Doc Savage.
How's my little
Now would be a good time to mention the BB gun. My fevered brain struggled for the right hint. It would have to be clear, yet subtle.
You know, Schwartz told me he saw a pack of wild bears behind Alaska's game store last week.
They looked at me as if I had lobsters crawling out of my ears.
What would you like for Christmas, Ralphie?
Horrified, I heard myself blurt out,
A legendary official Red Rider carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle.
You'd shoot your eye out.
"Oh no! It was the classic mother BB gun plot, not surmountable by any means
No, Blake is getting one.
A lie.
BB guns are dangerous. Shoot your eye out.
The boom had been lowered, and I was under it. I knew I had to change the subject to divert attention away from my master plan.
Hey, Dad. Bet you can't guess what I got you for Christmas?
Let's see, son. Is it a new furnace?
That's a good one, Dad.
Easy there, son. You might as well upset your oatmeal and make a mess. Never mind.
Are you done, Randy? Why don't you go wash your hands and get ready for school? Okay.
I'm telling you, you're no one doing this contest. These questions are impossible.
Like what?
The boys are Snow White.
Adrian and Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff.
Go put on your coat, Ralphie. You don't want to be late for school. I thought you said you started the new car.
My parents called every used car the new car because to them, well, it was.
What?
I thought you said you started the new car.
Well, I did. Should be Tosie by now. You know she's got a good heater in her.
Like the youngest child in the family who always wore hand-me-down clothes, the old man always drove hand-me-down cars. It was partially economics and partially the old man's pioneer spirit. Any man could buy a new car. It took a brave man to buy one with a shady past.
It's not money.
What? Oh, I'll be a dog now. It's just an dick.
I remember it like it was yesterday. Randy had covered himself in so much oatmeal, he looked like some sort of breakfast monstrosity straight out of a Rankin Bass holiday special. A Quaker Brothers Christmas. Getting ready for school during an Indiana winter was like preparing for extended deep-sea diving. You had your 3 pairs of socks, high tops, overshoes, corduroy knickers, 4 sweaters, flannel lumberjack shirts, fleece-lined leatherette sheepskin coats, gloves, mittens over the gloves, stocking cap, ear flap hat over the stocking cap, and a scarf, wound around and around and around until only the faint glint of 2 eyes peering out of a mound of moving dry goods told you that there was a kid in there. Somewhere.
Ralphie, come down. You'll be late for school.
The master plan begins.
Ralphie! Oh.
I can't put my arms down.
Put them down in school. Ready?
I gotta go wee wee.
Later. Come on.
It was time. My mother would brace her shoulder against the door, fighting the wind as it came howling into the living room, raking the rug with icy fury, and we were launched like astronauts in space, the airlock sealing instantly behind us. Scattered out over the frozen wasteland, we leaned into the wind, tiny preferred shots of humanity disguised as wilted bowling balls with feet, toiling painfully over the tundra, waddling under the weight of frost-covered clothing, moving onward, ever onward, to Warren G. Harding School.
Help! Help! Help!
It never occurred to us to stay home from school, not even during blizzards that would make lesser creatures in other states stay inside and dine on their immediate families.
Randy. You're all right.
Winter weather was just something we accepted, like oxygen, gravity, and parents. Oh, and bullies. Every neighborhood had them. The lines were clearly drawn like a kid caste system. You were either a bully, a toady, or a victim. The bully of legend and home in Indiana was Scud Farkas. Scud Farkas. What a rotten name. What kind of parents would name their kids Scud? Still, I have to admit, the name fit him. He was a wiry, malevolent, sneevely, snively bully. His lips curled cruelly over green teeth, and he had yellow eyes. So help me God, yellow eyes! Every kid I knew was afraid of Scut Farkas. If he acted friendly towards you, so much as said hi to you, you dared to feel safe and warm inside. But mostly he just hit you in the mouth. Randy lay there like a slug. It was his only defense. One time or another, Farkas pushed every kid in our class to a good, brisk, tendon-snapping arm twist. We figured he gave us this impression on a rotating basis, like he had a list and checked us off in turn. But Flick caught it from Farkas more often than any of the rest of us. Flick's arm was always sore. There was never enough healing time in between sessions with Farkas. Fortunately, Flick was left-handed.
Say I'm a dirty little chicken.
I'm a dirty,
Say it.
I'm a dirty little chicken. I'm a dirty little chicken. I'm a dirty little chicken.
Why little chicken?
See what I mean about Punjab? Only problem solved. Flick had the worst luck of anybody I'd ever known. It was like he'd been cursed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
At recess, the select group always gathered around a lamppost in the corner of the playground to discuss the deep philosophers and share information based on the latest research.
All right, then, if you don't believe me, I double dare you.
The exact wording and exchange, the nuance of wording during this phase of the dare ritual is extremely important.
So you're saying if I put my tongue on this post, it'll stick? Yeah, that still wouldn't happen. Then go ahead, prove I'm wrong.
Go ahead, Flick.
Heck no. That's because you know when it stick. Would not. Would too. Would not. All right, then I double dog dare.
This was getting serious. A double dog dare. All that remained was the triple dare you, and then finally, the coup de grace of all dares, the sinister triple dog dare.
I triple dog dare.
Schwartz created a slight breach of etiquette by skipping the triple dare and going right for the throat.
All right.
Do it, Flick.
Go on, smarty pants, do it.
Do it.
Don't rush me.
There was no going back now. Flick's spine stiffened, his lips curled in a defiant sneer. His tongue went into docking mode, and he moved toward consummation.
This is nuts. Oh, wait, guys.
What are we gonna do?
I didn't know the bell rang.
We lived by the bell. It told us when to go outside, when to come inside, and when to go home. It was the voice of God. It could not be
No,
denied.
come back.
The bell rang.
So, while the virtual velocity of light is infinite, the apparent velocity will always appear to be the same. Even though the Michelson-Morley experiment proves that Dr. Einstein's theory is seriously flawed, I still like the Book of Relativity. It was a nice break from my Shakespeare studies.
Very good, Helen. That was a fine book report.
Thank you, Miss Shields.
Helen Weathers was a woman ahead of her time. To this day, there are only 3 scientists in the entire world who understand her 6th grade science fair project. We boys all respected her. She demonstrated on more than one occasion that she could beat us up.
Let's see who's next. Ralph, please reach your... Where's Flick?
Uh-oh.
Has anyone seen Flick?
Flick? Flick who?
He was here before recess. Ralph? Do you know where Flick is? For the last time I'm asking, has anyone seen Flick? Anyone? Yes, Esther Jane?
2 police cars. Somebody even called the power company. They all stood around discussing theories, and then finally somebody grabbed Flick and pulled. Freedom has its price.
Now I know that some of you put Flick up to this. Unfortunately, he refuses to say who. But those who didn't know their blame, and I'm sure the guilt they feel is far worse than any punishment they might receive. Now, whoever you are, don't you feel guilty? Don't you feel remorse for what you've done? Well, that's all I'm going to say. Flick. You're welcome. You may take your seat.
The guilt you feel now is far worse than any punishment you might receive. Adults love to say things like that, but kids know the truth. It's always better to not get caught. On Saturday, Flick Schwartz and I would journey down to Pulaski's candy store. We were connoisseurs of the Juju Baby, root beer barrel, and licorice pipe. It could take hours making our selections. On Sunday, the family piled into the Oldsmobile and then parked downtown to watch the people go by, a ritual that never ceased to entertain the old man. Then came Monday, with work and school, and the cycle began all over again. Tuesday, and most stores were now staying open late, which meant that things were getting serious. Wednesday, and the old man was beginning to feel his own kind of holiday anxiety.
Well, I'm home.
How was your day?
Same as always.
In those days, we ate a lot of meatloaf and red cabbage. It was like wandering in the desert. Sometimes you hit an oasis. Ham on Easter, turkey on Thanksgiving and Christmas. The old man lived for those meals.
So, what's for dinner?
Meatloaf, right there, cabbage.
Where's Ralph?
Down at the bar.
Oh.
Behind the couch.
Is that the grocery list?
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget about the Christmas turkey.
It's too early. Christmas isn't for another 2.5 weeks.
I guess so. Tell you what, why don't we just go down to the A&P and look at the turkeys? Just 10 minutes down the block, can't hurt, huh?
Well, all right.
Aha!
Can't hurt.
All right, we'll be right back, Randy.
Okay.
Turkey!
The old man was an addict with no fear of kicking the habit. He loved cold turkey. On Wednesdays, night falls fast during an Indiana winter. It was around dark by the time the old man got home from work, so we ate a quick dinner, meatloaf and red cabbage, and then the family piled into the Olds to journey downtown for the annual viewing of the downtown Christmas lights. The power lines across Homan Avenue were looped with red and green garland. The street lamps sported plastic Santa faces, and the window at Higby's department store was alive with electric trains and robot elves. So many colors, so many toys. The magic of Christmas. After driving through the winter wonderland that was downtown Homan, the family journeyed to the abandoned lot next to the Esso station to pick out the tree.
How about this one?
There's a bare spot.
I know, but maybe we can still... let me handle this.
I found what you're looking for, Bo.
Oh, well, we thought that, maybe.
Oh, yeah, right there is a good one.
There's a bare spot.
Oh, no, you see, that's just where they have it laying when they ship it.
Yeah, sure.
But it's been standing up since...
Yeah, but it's cold, you see.
Yeah, cold.
It froze that way.
Froze.
You put it up inside where it's warm, then branches will spread. It'll fluff up real good.
Yeah, real good.
It's not the kind where the needles fall out, is it?
Nah. That's them balsams.
Yeah, them bosoms. How much do I get?
Wait.
Don't forget now, there's a bare spot down there.
But I told you it.
I know, but still, you ought to knock a buck or two off the price.
Where's Randy?
I don't know.
Talking about a little kid all bundled up.
Yes.
I saw him crawling under the office trailer about 20 minutes ago.
As long as we know where he is.
I saw a really good tree back there. It was about 20 feet tall.
That's great, Ralphie, but we're gonna go with this one. It's on sale on account of that bare spot. Let's go, we got a tree.
You folks have a Merry Christmas now. Don't forget to keep that Dunkin' out before you go.
15 minutes later, after my mother had managed to drag Randy out from underneath the trailer by his ankles, we walked to the car, leaving a trail of pine needles in our wake. The old man jammed our new Christmas tree into the trunk, where it was held securely in place by a tangled mess of jumper cables, burnt-out flashlights, empty oil cans, and greasy lengths of rope. And then, the old man eased himself into the driver's seat, started the engine, and we were off, laughing all the way.
Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits light. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Macarena!
A blowout! The old hopscotch down the highway, the old man struggling with the tiller.
Stay on the road, you stone-soaking bandit, summoning Benzo tantrum!
The old man's vast catalog of invective enriched my boyhood. Some receive education at their mother's knee. I acquired vocabulary in my father's olds.
Do you think it's a flat?
Do you leave the flat?
4 minutes, time to.
Behind the wheels, the old man always pictured himself driving in the Indy 500. Whenever we had a flat, he'd pull into an imaginary pit and have my mother hold a stopwatch. Actually, the sweep hand on his Benris and time his tire-changing technique. It was the old man's dream to break 4 minutes.
We gotta go wee-wee. Should have thought of that before. Ralphie, why don't you go help your father with the car?
Can I?
Yes, just watch for traffic getting out.
It was the first time it had ever been suggested that I help my father with anything.
What are you doing here?
Mom said I should help.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, sit down here then. Here, squat down. Hold this. The other way, kiddo. There you go. All right, hold that so I can put the lug nuts in it, all right? All right, one more, and 5 of them. I think we got it.
For one brief moment, I saw all 5 of the lug nuts silhouetted against the lights of the traffic.
Oh, fudge!
Only I didn't say fudge. I said the word, the big one, the F blank 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 word.
What did you just say? Yeah, that's what I thought you said. All right, get in the car. Go on.
It was dead. What would it be? The guillotine? The chair? The rack? Chinese water torture? Mere child's play compared to what surely awaited me. I climbed into the back seat next to my kid brother. He knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. My mother didn't have a clue.
How'd it go?
She'd know soon. And I'd be doomed. I had done something unspeakable. I was untouchable. I would never ascend to the top of the ladder of human virtues. I would be drummed out of the human race.
6 minutes.
Do you know what your son just said?
No. What?
What? I'll tell you what he said.
Randy! Ralphie!
We rode home in deep, complete, absolute, and total silence.
I
and Inquisition. Over the years, I had gotten to be a connoisseur of soap. My personal preference was for Lux, but I found that Palmolive had a nice, piquant after-dinner flavor, heady with just a touch of mellow smoothness. Lifebuoy, on the other hand.
Are you ready to tell me where you heard that word?
Now, I heard that word at least 10 times a day from the old man. He worked in profanity the way other artists worked in oils or clay. It was his true medium, and he was a master at it. But I chickened out and said the first name that came to mind. Schwartz.
Oh, I see.
What? Oh!
Hello, Mrs. Schwartz? Yes, I'm fine, Mrs. Schwartz. Do you know what word Ruffy said this evening? He said, yes, that. And do you know where he heard it? He heard it from your son. All right, that's enough. Rinse out. Okay, go upstairs for bed. No comic books, you understand? If I see any lights on, I'm coming up there.
3 blocks away, Schwartz was getting his. And for what may have been the first time in his life, he wasn't guilty. You know, there's never been a kid alive who didn't know deep in his heart that he'd die a horrible death or be stricken blind before he reached 21. And then they'd be sorry.
Honey, what's for dinner tonight?
Meatloaf and red cabbage.
Man, oh man, I love meatloaf and red cabbage.
I'll get it. Why? It's Ralphie.
Ah, come on in, Ralph. Where you been? Oh, what's wrong, Ralph? What happened?
He's carrying a cane.
No.
He's blind.
No, Ralph. What happened?
No, I can't. It would cause too much pain.
Pain for who,
Us.
Ralph?
Was it something we did?
Oh, please tell us what brought you to this lonely state.
It was
Yes?
Yes.
soap poisoning.
How could we do this to you?
I managed to get along somehow.
I told Ralph he was like boy.
I'll never forgive myself.
Thank you, Mother.
I feel so awful.
Over the next few weeks, my remaining senses would wink out one by one as my parents beat their breasts and blamed themselves. The last one to go would be the sense of smell, and I would write a request in my big chief tablet for a bar of scented Lifebuoy, so that I might embrace the author of my demise as I drifted away. In my tablet, I would print out a single word with my waning strength. Forgiven. And then the number 2 Ticonderoga pencil would fall from my lifeless fingers. The funeral would be attended by kings, queens, presidents, and even Red Ryder himself, who would deliver the eulogy. Oh boy, then they'd be sorry. Friday.
Now it's almost time to go home, so let me give you next week's homework assignment. There will be no book report due on Friday.
Yay!
Instead, I want you to turn in a written theme on the following Monday, applying what we've learned in this unit, margins, paragraphing, spelling, everything. It will count heavily toward your final semester grade. Choose an appropriate subject and limit it properly. Now, what are the 4 purposes of a theme?
To inform, to describe, to persuade, to tell a story.
That's right! For this assignment, write a theme to inform or persuade. Your choice, single page, watch your margins. Now, since it's the holiday season, this will be your only homework assignment for the rest of grade. But with 2 weekends and 5 school days, I expect excellent work. Questions? Dismissed. Know what Roxanne said?
No, what?
Roxanne said that Ralph Parker likes you.
Really? Roxanne said that?
I think he's cute. Don't you think he's cute? I like older men.
Older?
Sixth graders. Have you picked a subject for your theme? No, something about politics maybe. Oh, maybe I will too. Are you a Democrat or Republican? Presbyterian.
See that, Ralph?
What?
Esther Jane was looking at you.
I thought she was looking at me.
Why would a girl look at you?
Look at the baby gun for Christmas?
No, they're afraid I'll shoot my eye out.
Man, how do they come up with these ideas? You seen the new ad? It's all about cowboys not giving up and how great the Red Ryder BB gun is. There, see? It's a whole story.
Wow.
Howdy, Parker.
Howdy.
Come on over. Sit down. You know what this is, Parker?
Legendary official Red Ryder carbine action 200 shot range model air rifle with compass, and this thing was tough time built right into the vest.
You don't get this. You know what, Carmine?
No, they're afraid I'll shoot my eye out.
So you're just gonna give up? Why, I'm plumb ashamed of you. You ever see Red Ryder give up? Or Roy, or Gene, or Hoppy, or the Lone Ranger? Of course not, because whether you're fighting Cavendish gang or stop and run away, stagecoach single-handed. Never give up. 'Cause that's what being a cowboy is all about. Why, a cowboy never gives up hard, even when they poison a water hole or blown up the railroad trestle. Shot your horse. Never give up, no sir. You just push your hat back, square up your shoulders, and say, I'm a cowboy. I never give up. Because I love the country, I love my horse, and my best girl, no. And you can stab me, you can plug me full of arrows, shoot me full of bullets, but I ain't falling because I'm tougher than a boot, I'm meaner than a rattlesnake, and I am stubborner than a mule. I'm not falling. I'm still standing. I'm standing tall, I'm standing strong, I'm standing for what's right, I'm standing for my country, and I am not standing for no one. You know why? Because I'm a cowboy. And a cowboy never, ever gives up. Yeah, it's always been my motto, Bard. Words to live by. Kind of a theme, you might say.
A theme.
So you're just gonna get up, dust yourself off, and get back on that horse and buck you up. You got a deal, Bard?
Deal.
Ralph! Hey, Ralph! Oh man, Parker's almost got me. I ran through a hole in the fence.
He did get me.
Well, yeah, but at least he didn't get me.
What kind of theme did Miss Shields tell us to write?
Oh, yeah. Theme to inform Marvelous Way, or short, single page.
Watch your margins.
But it could be about anything, though, right?
Yeah.
Can I have this?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I already read it.
What about you, Flint? Can I have yours?
Okay, it's at home.
Who else gets this?
All the guys.
Think they give them to me?
Sure, come on.
I had a plan. Part 1. Collect enough of those ads to hit my parents from all directions. Part 2. Spend the next 9 days writing a theme about what I wanted for Christmas. A legendary official Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle with a compass and this thing which tells time built right into the stock. Miss Shields would read it and join the cause. My parents didn't stand a chance. Come Christmas morning, that BB gun would be mine.
They were waiting for me, probably plotting all day. Here's the mail. Most of it, anyway. You know, I had to throw my monkey board catalog, otherwise I'd have never made it across the yard. Let's see. Bill? Bill. What's this?
What is it?
I don't know, local postmark addressed in block letters. Need to plug yourself some Barnett-style cards? Take a look at the legendary official Red Ryder card. Just a thought, dear, just a thought.
Put this in the wastebasket.
Okay.
BB gun can be used for many things other than just shooting birds, targets, and squirrels. It can also be used for, what I want for Christmas. Fire up, Parker.
Where's Ralph?
Upstairs doing homework.
On a Sunday? Where's Randy?
Behind the couch.
Oh, yeah.
Any plans today?
I thought I'd work on the new car. Yeah, maybe tune her up, check the oil. Well, better get started on that now.
The old man always put in the heaviest oil he could find. His philosophy was that the heavier the oil, the longer it took to leak out. Of course, the older the oil got, the dirtier it got, which made it even heavier, and that made it leak out even slower. The old man saw this as a benefit. He believed oil was like fine wine. It improved with age. Monday. Tuesday.
A BB gun can come in handy in case of emergency. If tigers escape from the zoo, I could. No.
Wednesday.
What's this?
What?
Boys, at last you can own your official Red Ryder carbine action.
Maybe we're saving for something. Check for a rest on back. Stop. Stop. I have one too. Ladies and gentlemen, here's their air rifle along the west, the legendary official Red Ryder.
Here, let me see if there's a recipe on that.
Thursday.
Pioneers shot moose and deer to eat. In my house, we could save on groceries if we had. Oh, no.
Friday.
Are you all right?
Yeah, just out of breath. Look, they got one of my shoes.
Not too bad. I like those shoes.
Yeah, well, one's not much to get by itself. Say, how about we go out for dinner tonight? What do you say?
Oh, I've already started dinner.
What is it? Never mind.
Any good mail?
Let's see. Bill? Bill? BB gun ad. BB gun ad. I wonder how we got on their mailing list. It's ridiculous. All these BB guns. What's this?
Open it.
Aha! I knew it! I won!
What?
You have won our major award in our $50,000 Great Heroes in the World of Sports contest. It will arrive by special messenger delivered to your address. You are a winner. Congratulations! I'm a winner. We have to tell everyone. Let's tell everybody. Come on, let's go.
Word got around. That evening, the old man's cronies came over to sit around the table, guzzle beer, and tell dirty stories. It was a victory gala of the purest sorts. Already, real estate agents and car salesmen were calling to offer congratulations, and the mail contained suggestions for highly rewarding investments in real estate, gold mines, stocks and bonds, and BB guns. That evening, just before bedtime, a delivery truck pulled outside to unload a large box.
Yeah. You need help there? No. Here. Son, you have any trouble with those dogs out there?
What dogs?
What dogs? You know the bump this is the dynamite. Ralph, you get the trouble on the camera, please. Thank you very much. Really, thanks. Merry Christmas. And the boys in the truck, God bless. What dogs? What do you suppose it is?
I don't know.
Fragile. Must be Italian. That's it. They put it all the way from Italy. Ralphie, come on. Hurry up. All right. Thank you, kiddo. All right. That's good. That down. Right. That's all I go. Almost got it. is. I'll tell you what it is. It's a lamb. Oh, what a great lamb. And I just got some place for it. Right in the middle of our front room window. All right, gotta plug this thing in. Right. All right, this is the Christmas tree. That goes to the radio. This must go to... Stop! Don't anybody move, don't worry. It's just a fuse. Everything's under control. Just gotta get this stuff. Oh, would you just look at that? Isn't that glorious? It's indescribably beautiful. It reminds me of the 4th of July. I gotta see what this looks like in the street. Get out.
Oh, it's fine to get. Where's Randy?
I don't know.
Honey, move the lamp closer and more center. Can you hear me? Move the lamp closer. Yeah, hi, I see you. Move the lamp closer. All right, more. All right, stop. Now move forward. Forward. Stop. Right there. That's wonderful.
Hey, Parker. What's that?
It's my major award.
Shucks, kind of looks like a lamp.
It is a lamp. I won it in a big contest.
Oh, kid.
Hey.
Is that your wife in the window?
Sure is. She's helping me put my major award on display.
Hey, Miss Parker. Congratulations. She's proud of you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Do me a favor, will ya? I want you to tell everyone you know, everyone in the neighborhood. Tell them that I'll just be in the front window. They can walk by and even drive by and see it.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Hey, Parker won a major award. It's in his window. Parker won.
Honey, could you just move the lamp another inch or two, you know, so it... no, get away, you ransacking on the Christmas.
It took me a while to get my rhythm on what I want for Christmas, but by Sunday evening, I had it. I can still remember to this day the glorious winged phrases and concise imagery.
What I want for Christmas. Fire off Parker. What I want for Christmas is a legendary official red rabbit carbine action 200 shot range metal air rifle with compass, and this thing with full time goes right into the stock. It is a very good present to get for Christmas. I don't think deep destroyers are very good presents. Lincoln logs aren't a good present either. And wait. P.S. Have a Merry Christmas, Miss Shields.
A little sucking up couldn't hurt. On Monday, I turned in my theme, knowing I was offering up a masterpiece. No doubt, Miss Shields in her ecstasy would excuse me from theme writing for the rest of my life. Oh, how I wanted to be a fly on the wall, to witness that historic moment when she first laid eyes on what would come to be known as the ultimate what I want for Christmas theme.
Margins, margins, margins. Semicolon, you dolt nut, period. I can't take it anymore, but I must. It is my duty. One more, just one more. Ralph Parker. Why, this is good. In fact, it's wonderful. The theme I've been waiting for my whole life, the prose, it sings.
addition of Miss Shields to the cause, and the third piece would fall into place that very evening.
All right, everyone ready?
Ready.
Oh, where's Ralphie and Randy?
They're already in the car.
Ah, not too anxious, are they? All right, let's go, let's go.
Don't want to waste electricity.
Yeah.
Don't want to waste electricity.
Tonight was the night of the great annual pilgrimage, when the family would pile into the Olds and drive downtown to Higby's department store. At Higby's, we would mix with the crowds of Christmas shoppers, parents driving herds of whiny, fidgety children from store to store, department to department, spanking, cuffing, and threatening in order to keep them on the trail, in the aisles, and away from hidey holes under counters. At Higby's, I would complete the master plan and make contact with the final team members seated on a snowy throne under a squadron of plastic angels. The man, the connection, the Godfather himself, Santa Claus. That air rifle would be mine. There were countless theological discussions among the children at home regarding the existence of Santa Claus. But each year, as Christmas grew closer, the atheists among us would grow moodier and less sure of themselves, before finally crossing over to join the true believers. If any doubt remained, a trip to Higby's department store would clinch it.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Whee! Ho, ho, ho!
Every year from Thanksgiving to Christmas Eve, you find a long line of nervous, fidgety, greedy urchins waiting to tell him what they wanted. No question about it. At Higby's, you were connecting with the Santa Claus, live and in person.
Ho, ho, ho! And what's your name, girl?
In those days, Santa Claus was a big man both spiritually and physically. He had huge, shiny black leather boots and a big, thrumming, belt-creaking stomach. No pillows, I mean a real stomach. To us kids, he seemed well over 8 feet tall.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
I gotta go. Be quiet. We're going to see Santa.
My parents deposited us at the end of the line and then disappeared into the crowds of shoppers. The line stretched all the way to Terre Haute, so we spent what seemed like hours creeping closer and closer until we finally reached the foot of Mount Olympus, only minutes before closing time.
Ho, ho, ho! And what's your name, boy?
Santa.
Hi, Ralph.
Oh. Hi.
What are you here for?
See Santa.
I'm here to see Santa too.
Ho, ho, ho! And what's your name, girl?
We're both here for the same reason. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Funny. Yeah. Oh,
What? I gotta go read it, kid. What do you want?
This time I remembered.
The legendary official record of carbon action to construct control area will come from the sequence of time right to stop.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Oh! Merry Christmas.
Oh, ew!
Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Don't sit there, Randy. In fact, don't sit anywhere. Why don't you just go with your mother and...
Go upstairs and get ready for bed. Did you tell Santa you wanted for Christmas?
Yes.
If he asks you to boil all your Ralphie.
No.
Don't break Santa nose. He always knows.
Of course. That had to be it. Over a week ago, I had made the fatal mistake of uttering a non-kid word. A major non-kid word. And Santa wasn't going to let it go unpunished with just a mouthful of life, boy. This was my punishment. Santa was no longer a major player in my quest for armaments. Now it was all up to my parents. I would have to be a model child, step up my in-house marketing campaign, and be ready to go into action once Miss Shields' endorsement arrived.
You better go upstairs and get your pajamas on.
Sure, Dad. Anything you say.
Now, don't you argue with me. Huh.
Tuesday. On the way home from school, I thought about that Red Ryder air rifle and seriously considered the possibility of an invasion of raccoons. How would we defend ourselves? What if the circus came to town and all the tigers escaped? What if?
We should have gotten to the trading post by now.
Oh, we were lost yesterday.
All the other classes got to go to the park for the steel mill when they sent our class to the swamps.
Indiana swamps are unforgiving.
Where's the shield?
Kindergarten had a mile back. Oh, man. Indiana gators are unforgiving.
We're never gonna get out of here alive. We're gonna die.
I would have gone on that if I was you, little missy.
It's Ralphie Parker, soldier of fortune. Say that's Ralphie.
Oh, nothing to it, Esther Jane. Thanks to my legendary official Red Ryder carbine action 200 shot range model air rifle with a compass and distinguished close time. Not right to the stock. Oh, look out!
You saved my life.
A good thing, too. Indiana pythons are unforgiving.
Oh, we best get out of here before the rest of the herd shows up.
We can't. We're lost. I don't even know what time it is.
Why, I always know what time it is, and I've never lost. Because my legendary official Red Ryder carbine action 200 shot range model air rifle has a compass and distinguished close time both right and to the stop. It is 30 and 38 seconds. North is that way.
Oh, Ralphie, you're my hero.
Oh, come on. I've got to get you out of this swamp before monsoon season.
Indiana monsoons are unforgiving.
Why, I'll have you home before supper. Oh.
absolute necessity. Meanwhile, night after night, the soft, sinuous radiation of the old man's major award lit up Cleveland Street, attracting cruising prides of adolescence. Ah, you hear that?
Oh, I hear it every night. And the neighbors hear it every night too.
Well, you know, they're congratulating me for winning my award.
Sure they are.
Kind of a tribute, really. That must have been the 20th time tonight.
23rd.
So, what's for dinner?
Meatloaf fried red cabbage.
Nah,
What's the matter?
nothing.
You love red cabbage.
Oh, of course, I love your red cabbage. Say, how about after dinner we go down to the A&P and pick out the Christmas turkey? What do you say?
I thought it tomorrow.
Tomorrow? They might be sold out by tomorrow. Besides, don't you want my advice?
On what?
On what you know waits. Shape. Aroma. Flavor. Ooh, flavor. Tenderness. Lusciousness.
I'm home.
Been playing in the park?
Yeah,
How was school today?
it was okay.
I almost forgot. This came in the mail for you.
My little orphan Annie Dakota pin.
No running in the house!
Come on, what do you say, dear? The A&P tonight?
I'll think about it.
Where's Randy?
In the linen cabinet.
Oh, yeah.
Everything comes to him who waits. After what seemed like 200 years of constant vigil, Annie had come through for me. Oh, that rattle. There are few things more exciting to an American of any age than lumpy mail. I still get a wild surge of exultation when I get a package that is thick, fat, and pregnant with mystery. Oh, my membership card. It was signed by little orphan Annie herself. I know guys with long plastic chains of membership cards. The longer the chain, the more they feel they belong. My decoder pin. Was it in there? Ah, my simulated gold decoder pin. Now the doors would be opened. Now the mysteries would be solved. Now, wait a second, what time is it? 5:27. It was time for the secret coded message.
Any other mail?
5 more of those Red Rider ads. I guess it's all part of some new advertising thing. No running in the house!
Okay, fellas and gals, get out your decoder pens. Time for the secret message direct from little orphan Annie.
Pierre Andre, Little Orphan Annie's announcer, the definitive
Are you
radio
ready?
announcer.
Ready.
Well,
Pierre Andre was able to get more drama out of simple numbers than Orson Welles was able to squeeze out of Shakespeare.
4, 25, 14, 2.
Pierre was in great voice tonight. I can tell tonight's message was really important.
11, 22, 4, 19, 24, 15. Over and out. That's tonight's secret message. Listen again, couple.
No running in the house! You know, it's strange.
What?
The stamps on the ads, they look used.
Use.
Like someone cut around them, glued them on.
There was no point in actually mailing my homemade ads. I just stuck them into the mailbox with the other mail.
This one, there's just another layer of... Oh!
Aha! I think
Up in my room, I prepared to decode the wisdom of the ages. The gospel according to Orphan Annie. The first number, 12. I spun the dial on my decoder pin. Aha!
B.
I wrote it down. Next number, 15.
E.
B, E, the first word was B. Next number, 3.
S.
It was coming easier now, 5.
U.
2.
R.
Yes, I was getting it. The next word was sure. I could feel it.
E.
Yes, yes. Finally, I would have the answers. Finally, I would know the meaning of life. Be sure to... Be sure to what? What was Annie trying to tell me?
D. R. I. N.
Excitement gripped my gut.
K. O. V. A.
Sweat dripped from the end of my nose. I dared not stop to wipe.
L. G. I.
Wait a minute.
N-E.
Be sure to drink Ovaltine? The meaning of life was a crummy chocolate milk commercial?
Ralphie, dinner time!
And so I trudged downstairs to face meatloaf and red cabbage. Punjab had decapitated yet another victim.
Ah, you rapping brain, oh, thinking drizzle was it? Ah, get from luxury, cotton dampers, I'll be a missile basket, domino bitch, mad dog like he malabsorbed.
What happened next was a matter of family controversy for years.
What was that? What happened? What broke? Ah!
I was watering plants. I broke her lamp.
Ah, don't touch it. You're always jealous of my lamb.
Jealous of a cheap and
Jealous. Jealous because I won.
That's ridiculous. That is the ugliest lamp I've ever seen. Hated it ever since it came into this house.
Now it was out.
Get the glue.
We're out of glue.
Ah! You used up all the glue. On purpose.
With as much dignity as he could muster, the old man gathered up the shattered remains of his major awards and retreated to his workshop in the garage. There he found an ancient can of iron glues, the kind that garage mechanics use to repair gaskets in exploded locomotives. He spent the next several hours painfully, hopelessly trying to rebuild the beautiful life-size symbol of his greatest victory.
Stop blaming.
But the major award was too far gone. Later that evening, he buried it in the alleyway behind the garage. Now, I couldn't be sure, but I swear I heard the sound of taps being played that night. Gently. Wednesday, the final school day before vacation and the day of our annual class Christmas party, complete with cookies, candy, sugar water punch, and a class gift exchange. I had drawn Esther Jane's name and gotten her this amazingly lifelike rubber tarantula. I knew she'd like it. But best of all, at the end of the day, as we gathered up our loot and put on our coats, Miss Shields passed back our themes.
Helen. Good job, Helen. Until I read your theme, I never really understood the American economic system.
Thank you, Miss Shields.
Esther Jane. Good job, Esther Jane. Very nice margin.
Thank you, Miss Shields.
Ralph.
Hi, Ralph.
Oh, hi, Esther Jane.
Thank you so much for my lovely present.
Oh, yeah, sure.
She liked it?
Esther Jane.
C plus.
And printed large in red pencil at the bottom.
You'll shoot your eye out.
I was stunned, shattered. To this day, I'm not quite sure how I got outside. But there I was, shipping water from every seam in a sea of homebound children who were going to get what they wanted for Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Ralph. Well, why? Ralph, hey.
Huh?
What grade did you get?
A grade?
On your theme, what grade did you get? C plus, same as I got.
Yeah, me too.
What I want for Christmas. Official Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle. The thing goes into the stock and tells time. Excellent.
Yeah, but aren't you afraid you'll shoot your eye out? That's what my mom said.
Ow, check out the body.
Yeah, see, that's the exact ow!
Special asses. They got me a bunch of jawbreakers. Ralph, on it?
No, you guys go ahead.
Was there no end to this conspiracy of irrational prejudice against Red Ryder and his peacemaker? And what had happened to Miss Shields? My ally, my co-conspirator. What had she turned into?
Wanna play a little ball, Ralphie? How about a nice football?
My mother must have gotten to her. There could be no other explanation.
You'll shoot your eye out, Ralphie.
You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out.
I stuffed my tattered dreams into my pockets and stared out hopelessly at the bleak years ahead. Years without a legendary official Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle. How much was one man supposed to take? Uh-oh.
Hey! Hey, you, come here! I said, come here! Hey, jerk, when I say come here, you better listen. How about we wash your face?
First my parents, then Miss Shields, little orphan Annie, and even Santa Claus. One disappointment after another, building, until bang, 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 there was explosions in my skull. Fuses began to blow. I reverted back to the code of my cave-dwelling ancestors and went completely out of my mind with bloodlust.
God damn first! Sorry.
I have since heard of people under extreme duress, speaking in strange tongues. I became conscious that a steady torrent of obscenities was pouring out of me, and yet it felt as though they were coming from someone else, someone outside of me. It was the first time in his life Marcus had ever experienced this. One of his victims actually fought back. Totally unprepared, stuffed Marcus and folded like a cheap card table.
Ralphie! Ralphie! Ralphie, get up! Come on, Ralphie, get up! Ralphie!
And as suddenly as it had come upon me, the madness passed.
Ralphie!
Mrs. Parker, I didn't teach him those words. It wasn't me. I didn't. Oh, stop him.
My nose is bleeding. Mama!
Man, that was something. Yeah, Ralphie's gonna get it when he gets home.
Yeah. Come on. Let's go to the last piece. Hey, that was your sore arm.
Oh, it was, but it started feeling better. Scott Farkas never bullied again. His credibility ruined, he faded slowly into the background of my childhood before disappearing altogether. I ran into him years later at a class reunion. He wasn't nearly as big as I remembered. He tried to sell me life insurance. On the way home, I realized that I was doomed. I had woven a tapestry of obscenity that hangs over Lake Michigan to this day like a black cloud, and my mother had heard it. I was prepared for another session with the life boy. But instead, she cleaned me up and sent me up to my room to lie down. Worn out by a day of disappointment and dread, I fell fast asleep.
Ralphie! Dinner time!
Dinner time? That could only mean one thing. The old man was home. Oh, that was it. She'd been saving me for him. Now I was really gonna get it.
Randy, are you back there? What's the matter? Why are you crying?
Daddy's gonna kill Ralphie.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is too.
No, he's not. Now come on out. Come on. Good. Come on. Daddy's not gonna kill Ralphie if you stop crying, okay? Okay. Look. Okay, good. Now go sit at your place. Miss Parker, may I come in? We're just about to eat dinner. Maybe you can. That's okay. I'll just be a minute. I thought Ralph might need these. He dropped them when they were. Thank you, Esther Jane. You want to talk to him? Oh, no, that's okay. Did you see the spider he got me? It's a very nice spider. Usually I don't really like spiders. Well, Merry Christmas, Miss Parker. Merry Christmas, Esther Jane.
Someone at the door, dear?
One of the children.
Man, what's for dinner? I'm starving.
Meatloaf, friend, and cabbage.
So anything interesting happened today? Ralphie, where are your glasses? You lost them again, didn't you?
I almost forgot.
Christmas turkey tonight. Turkey. Whoa, where's my big roasting pan? I gotta have my big roasting pan. Where did I? Oh, the basement. Remember I was working on the furnace. Gotta need it.
Don't be long, dinner's ready.
Won't be a minute. Turkey.
It was then that I realized that I was not about to be destroyed. From then on, things were different between me and my mother.
This will make you go fast.
So what'd you get for Christmas?
Silver chemistry set.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, I get lots of little jars of special chemicals and a book that tells you how to make stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Invisible ink, stuff that looks like blood, stink bombs.
Stink bombs?
Got about 10 kinds of stink bombs you can make.
Wow.
What do you get for Christmas?
Well, I know train set.
Like the one in Dixie's window.
Yeah, even gonna get the little house where the guy pops out too.
Oh man.
Hey, Rob. Bet you caught it when your dad got home last night, huh?
Wasn't bad.
What about that BB gun? You gonna get it or not?
I guess not.
That's stuff.
Yeah, well,
Hey, you wanna come buddy with us?
no, you guys go ahead. Maybe I'll catch you later.
Come on, boy.
Hi, Ralph.
Oh, hi, Esther Jane. Thanks for, bringing my glasses by the other night.
You're welcome. I just didn't want you to get in trouble. Here's a Christmas card I got you. I got it myself. It's not for my parents. I got it with my allowance. All right, bye.
It was an expensive Christmas card. Esther Jane had spent more than a week's worth of allowance on it. It was all flowers and doilies and bad poetry. Just the sort of card I never cared for. But for some reason, I didn't mind this one so much. I even kind of liked it. Now, in our house, we always got to open one present on Christmas Eve. Other families and other households, I have been told, had to wait until Christmas morning before touching a single one of their presents. I always thought of our family as more civilized. Those crinkly, sparkly, tissuey, enigmatic packages were a terrible temptation, sitting under the tree under a snow-banked bedsheet. That one present on Christmas Eve helped relieve the pressure.
Okay. Okay, I am. All right. Plug it in, plug it.
It is.
The green string's out.
No, the green one's on. The blue bit's out.
Don't tell me what color it is. I'm not colorblind.
I'm not colorblind either.
See, told you it was green. Oh, what? God! Don't worry, it's just a fuse. Don't anybody move. Hold it on and
Isn't that pretty?
no, we still got the scar on. All right.
Ralphie, come down and show everyone what Aunt Claire got you. I want to.
The one flaw in our Christmas Eve present opening tradition was that my parents always got to select the gift to be opened. In my case, it was almost always the one that my Aunt Clara sent me.
Ralphie, we're waiting.
Aunt Clara had for years labored under the delusion that I was not only perpetually 4 years old, but also a girl named Ralph.
Right now, Ralph. All right. You adorable.
Adorable. He looks like a deranged Easter bunny.
Not.
He does too. He looks like a big thing nightmare. Are you happy wearing that? There you see.
Well, you only wear it when Aunt Claire visits.
Unless it gets stolen when it's out on the clothesline.
People don't
of desire and unbridled avarice. Santa had come. We got new coats and even new galoshes. But there were enough toys and junk to make up for all the practical stuff. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. In the excitement, I had forgotten about that legendary official Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle. But after all the gifts were gone, and only empty boxes and tissue paper remained under the tree, I remembered, and I mourned. Still, I had scored very heavily with my mother's perfume atomizer and Randy's Zeppelin. I waited for the old man to open his gift for me last.
Ah, a can of cyanide.
You like it?
Ah, of course. Motorist-wise.
Cyanide.
Do you like what I got you, sweetheart?
Yeah, what you got me? The blue ball.
The bowling ball.
Ah, right, the bright blue bowling ball. Yeah. Of course, darling. Yeah, of course. Have a nice Christmas, son.
Pretty nice, I guess.
Did you get everything you wanted?
Well, almost.
Almost, eh? Well, that's life. You know, there's always next Christmas. Say, what's that over there?
Where?
Over there by the window. Why don't you just go over there and see? Go on.
What did we put over there?
I don't know, maybe Santa put something there. Whoa, looky there. Hurry up, open it.
There it is. My very own legendary official Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle. And there they were. A compass and distinguished time looked right into the stock. Oh, it was glorious. I couldn't wait to try it out.
All right, there should be a tube of 2 BBs in there. You know how to load them?
Uh-huh.
All right, well, go ahead.
The BB gun came bundled with 2 tubes of beautiful Coppertech BBs, gleaming in gold and hard as diamonds. Covered with a thin film of oil, they shushed into the magazine, providing some weight and a feeling of danger to Red Ryder's favorite peacemaker.
All right, close her up.
Can I try it, Mom, please? Can I?
Okay, but outside. Still see this interesting. Wait. Put your coat on. It's cold outside. What if he puts himself?
Nah, he won't hurt himself. I had him when I was just 8 years old, even younger than Ralphie.
Oh, Ralphie, be careful. Don't do any hurt your animals.
Except for the Bumpus hounds.
The turkey.
The turkey, what about turkey?
Oh, I have to baste it again and then put it in for another hour. Wait until it's cooked.
Hey, partner, don't ever shoot at any other kids. Red Ryder would never shoot at anybody but bad guys like Black Bart. And Red Ryder never shoots the will to kill. Only bad guys' guns out of their hands.
All right, Black Bart. Now you get yours.
Oh my God! I shot my eye out!
Ralphie, don't shoot your eye out.
She hadn't seen. She didn't know. My eye was all right. The BB must have hit my glasses. My glasses! Oh no, where were they? Few things brought such swift and terrible retribution on a kid than a pair of busted glasses. Hey, be careful. You can't see without those things. You might accidentally... Oh no. Oh, just as I feared. They were pulverized. Oh no. For a minute I thought, I'll fake it. She'll never know that the piece is gone. Oh no. I knew that wouldn't work. Rapidly, my mind evolved a spectacular plot. Let's see. An icicle. Yeah, that's it. An icicle falls off the garage and hits me in the eye. It would work. It had to work. Quickly, I whipped up some tears.
Ralphie, what happened?
There was an icicle, and it fell off the garage, and it broke my glasses, and
Come on.
It was an icicle, the biggest one I've ever seen. It was laying high in the garage, and I didn't see it until it was too late. But it fell off, and it broke my glasses, and I didn't see it until it was too late. tried to get out of the way.
Of course you did.
What about my glasses?
You can wear your old ones with the broken earpiece until we can call you the doctor and get you some new ones.
I had pulled it off.
Let's go get you dressed.
I left my pen outside.
When you're dressed, you can go outside and get it.
Life is like that. Sometimes at the height of our reveries, when our joy is at its zenith, when all is right with the world, the most unthinkable disasters can come crashing down upon us. Like now.
Breakfast house! Turkey! Turkey! Ah!
The Bumpus hounds have struck. They've been in and out in seconds, and they have taken the old man's precious turkey with them.
Die, you puppetes! You stopped the business! You ransacking, long-doodling puppetes! Ah, they took the turkey. The puppet hounds got the turkey. Ah, here you hounds of hell. Take the sweet potatoes too.
The aroma hung heavy in the house, but the turkey was gone. No turkey! No turkey sandwiches, no turkey salad, no turkey gravy, turkey hash, turkey a la king, no gallons of turkey soup. It was gone. All gone.
All right. Everyone put your coats on and get dressed. The family is eating at the chop suey joint for Christmas dinner.
That night, peeping ducks stood in for our turkey. And even if there were no duck sandwiches, duck gravy, duck salad, duck soup, duck hash, or duck a la king, it was a good Christmas. Because we had love. We had each other. And in the final accounting, that's really what it's all about, after all. As we left the chop suey joint that night, snow began to fall. The temperature dropped 30 degrees, and the still, crackling air was brittle and clean.
What are you doing now?
Oh, I was going to turn off the Christmas lights and go get ready for bed.
Come here. Look.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You know, that lamp,
I'm sorry I broke it.
it was really pretty jazzy. Maybe a little too much for this house.
I thought it was pretty.
Nah, too pink. We should get some sort of, I don't know, a brass lamp here.
Maybe you're right. You're always right.
Yeah, have a good Christmas.
Yeah, you?
Mm-hmm. Especially the duck.
Oh, you.
Safe and snug in my warm bed, I could hear the sound of the falling snow brushing softly against the window. Next to me lay my oiled blue steel beauty, my legendary official Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle with a compass and this thing which tells time built right into the sky. The greatest Christmas gift I had ever received, or ever would receive. As I drifted off that night, I slept the sleep of the just and the fulfilled, dreaming of bringing ducks on the wing and getting off spectacular hip shots. I wonder if Red Ryder is still out there today, dispensing frontier justice as of old. You know, considering the number of kids I see with broken glasses, I suspect that he is. Merry Christmas.